Wicka, 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 wicka. It's Jackie Juice and the big squeezy of beer.
And welcome back, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Episode 2. Welcome back this time. Excited to have you all there. Excited to be joined by the beautiful, the generous, the kind-hearted man before me, Jockey Juice.
Oh,
How are you, my friend?
What it do, big squeeze? You know, the way you wrap your arms around me, it's like the first time my mum embraced me and to put me to her bosom. I just have fond memories, but it's also fond memories about the time that you wrap me in your arms. So welcome back, big squeeze. Good to see you. Good to see your cute smile.
Oh,
Your gorgeous eyes.
always save my cutest smiles for you, Josh. That's right. This podcast sort of does feel like mother's milk. It feels like home, nourishing to the soul.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be here. Obviously, big thank you to everyone who followed us on social media, on the Instagrams. We promise you we'll follow back, like for a like, comment for a comment. We still honor that promise to this day.
Yeah.
And for everyone that wrote in with your support and your kind words.
Thank you so much.
How did it make you feel, Josh? How did it make you feel in the bottom of your soul? From your hole to your stall.
For everyone to take time out of their day to that, we were just super pumped. I speak for both of us on that, but I just want to do a big special shout out. I think we both do, to Ashley McMillan. Thanks for being our first.
What's up, Ash?
Our first writer.
First writer in. First letter from the listener. So it was really nice what you wrote there. So big shout out, and obviously all you other fans out there. I know we've got millions of you, so don't be shy. Write in.
Yeah.
If you've got any questions for the beautiful Jockey Juice or for myself, or just for some life advice in general. Me and Josh, we're full of wisdom.
Learnt it the hard way.
Very humble as well, in case you can't tell, but we're full of it.
I just want to do a big shout out to Doug from the Naki. Thanks for writing in. Super interested in leather as well. Thinks he no, not he.
Dangerous Doug.
Yeah, Dangerous Doug. That's the one, man.
Dangerous Doug. Danger Dougie. Cheers, brother.
He obviously, he tackles the cows himself. Uses all the meat and doesn't use the skin to waste, and actually makes his own leather. He reckons he's got his own kind of stirrups for his own face. Something to bite in when he, acts.
He used to always wear blinders, didn't he? He used to wear blinders around the pub. Because if he saw stuff in his peripherals, mate, he'd start trouble. So, thanks for writing in, Dougie. He actually started that dance move, the Dougie. So, anyway, before we get too much into it, Josh, I just want to do a quick reading from our sponsor. Obviously, we don't want to put them at the end of the show every time. So, just do a quick read for you now, mate.
Okay, cool.
Do you have trouble sleeping, tossing and turning all night, waking up on the wrong side of the bed? Do you often feel grouchy at loved ones and you don't quite know why? Do you wake up with a cold sweat and get symptoms of the man flu without actually getting the illness? Well, you might be suffering from acute early onset male menopause, and you shouldn't have to suffer any longer, thanks to Menopausanol. Ask your doctor if Menopausanol is right for you. Start to enjoy your family life, your love life, and your work life once again. Side effects may include peeling skin around your feet, blisters around your mouth, red painful palms and feet, shooting pains and numbness and tingling in your joints, loss of smell, painful permanent erection, urge for gambling, nightmares, vivid dreams, your nails falling off and wanting to crawl out of your skin. There we go, Menopausanol, everyone. What a fantastic product to get your life back on track after hitting MM. Thoughts, Josh?
Big shout out to Menopausanol. Thank you so much for giving us a response, because this is a real thing. When you get those hot flushes and you get that itchy feet, that's when it's time to dig deep and go Menopausanol. Thank you so much.
You're going to be doing there, Josh. So obviously that ties right into Menopausanol. I guess the only concern there is some of those side effects do sound brutal. Blistering palms and feet, a sore permanent erection. That's sort of a bit of a trade-off. But that's just the side effects. Every drug has side effects, so we shouldn't really put them down for it.
Yeah, but do you want your life back? Do you want your children to smile at you again in the mornings? You tell me.
Yeah, sure, your nails might fall off, and you might lose feeling in your joints, but hey, that's a trade-off. How much do you love the value and the smile of your child? I guess that's the big trade-off there.
You tell me. Those things go hand
what do you
in
want
hand.
more? You want to enjoy your family life, or do you want to have, skin on your feet? It's up to you.
And this leads into our next topic. We're going to be talking today about self-awareness. So what does self-awareness mean to you, Stiffy?
Guess what self-awareness is, Josh? Is when you've had 12 beers at the pub and you're talking absolute bullshit to everyone at the dinner table at your work dinner, and you wake up the next day and you realize everyone else was dead sober and you're the only one that's had 12 beers, and you just weren't self-aware at the time, and you started telling them about, previous lovers, and you said all sorts of things you shouldn't have said. And you're going, well, hold on, I should have really put the brakes on maybe 6 beers in, and sort of read the room, read the vibes, and sort of put myself into check. That's what self-awareness is to me, Josh.
Yeah, the ability to self-awareness is like the ability to, I guess, to me, to understand like your strengths and your weaknesses, and to be able to reflect on your actions at the end of the day. That's where journaling comes in big time. Because, I always get that one when you say the wrong thing, you put yourself out on a limb, you might throw out like an Adolf Hitler joke or something that, you didn't read the room quite like you're saying when you're drinking, and just get no reaction at all. And people start to think that, you're a white supremacist with tan skin.
Or you're a fucking idiot.
You're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Don't let any time. And it's,
yeah.
You got to read the room.
All right. So you do a bit of journaling there as well, Josh. So just tell us about that.
Yeah, bro, I do. So journaling's just really good. Talking about self-awareness, really good. So I do it at the end of the day. I could write about anything. I just start writing and then it just comes, man. It's just like starting anything. You just end up coming. So, it just comes, man. And then, so with journaling, it's really good to write down your day, write down the negatives, but also the positives. And, you look back and you actually realize that you had a good day because you've written down all the highlights, and you're like, yeah, I went for a swim in the morning, had a dope day at work, had pizza for lunch, having roast for dinner. Liz is happy, everyone's healthy. I had a couple of laughs with my mates, instead of just looking at that one bad thing that happened during the day. Like your boss told you that you're an idiot. And then, you get caught up in that cycle and you're just going through that. So it's really good to do that. Yeah, bro. That's why journaling's dope for me. Yeah.
Do you write about me, Josh?
I've got 2 diaries. One for my secrets.
Oh, okay.
One for my secrets.
Okay. Playful secrets. Yeah, fair enough. That sounds good, Josh. That sounds really good. Look, and so it allows you to reflect and to put things into perspective, sort of thing. Yeah. When we used to play touch rugby, Josh, geez, you had a grubber to end all grubbers, and I was always envious of it. I was always envious, and it gave me something to aim for because I realized, I was below par. I always sort of idolized you out there on the footy field, Josh. That's sort of what it's about as well. Look at what other people do well and learn from them. They used to call you the grub, didn't they? Because your grubber was so good. The grub of Hutt Valley High.
Didn't they used to?
Is that one of your nicknames? I'm not sure. I can't quite.
No, it was, and I still go by the grub these days as well. But didn't they? Because you were like the captain, used to run the boys around the field. Didn't they used to call you the white dog? They used to call you the white dog, man, just like to bike orders. Stiffy, you fucking white dog, and give you a handshake.
You a fucking dog. Give me a handshake in a little bit, but like a bit of an aggressive handshake. Fucking throwing that ball around like a fucking dog. That's what they used to tell me. Because I was passionate, I'm not sure if you've ever seen like a blue heeler or like a farm dog running around. Yeah, just running around the field. I never really had a plan in mind where I was running, but I was always running, chasing the ball like a dog playing fetch. I think that's where it came from. I was always barking orders at the boys, but I didn't really know what I was talking about. So I really had the passion out on the field to be a leader, but I didn't have the experience or the knowledge of the game. So I'd sort of demand commands. Like during a scrum, bro, I'd sort of get a few of the boys to run around the other side of the scrum, bro, and start pushing because I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but I think there's a sort of thing as well. When you say something with authority and confidence, bro, you could be talking shit, but some people will believe you. I reckon that's why politicians do so well. Half of them don't know what the fuck they're on about, but they're just so confident.
I think it goes into with self-awareness though, that having that confidence as well. Because like if you're self-aware of yourself, if you know that you know nothing, say for instance, you're gonna just fake it till you make it, and then just know the direction you're going for. But yeah, we just trying to talk about self-awareness today, and that's where we want to reach out to the listeners and say, are you self-aware? Do you reflect on your day? Do you know your strengths, your traits?
And obviously your weaknesses.
in your weaknesses.
I mean, sometimes your weaknesses can become your strengths as well, Josh.
That's right.
I'm not sure if you know. So some of you that know me well know that obviously my father was born with a severely club foot. And most people will let that hold him down, but he actually became an avid dancer and probably one of the top dancers in Wellington region. And he used that to his advantage, the left foot, the club foot, and he would do dance moves that have never been seen before. So sometimes you can turn things around like that, and you can refocus your energy towards something positive instead of dwelling on the negative. How can I use this to my advantage?
Yeah.
My dad being born literally with two left feet made shopping for shoes a bloody nightmare, but he could do dance moves that other people couldn't, and he sort of swung that, and it worked to his favor, Josh. So what do you think about that?
No, what I think about
Tell
it,
me what-
the Golden Club's a big, I'm a big fan of his, and the way that he created the vine sweeper, as he liked to call it, he only just went in, that level, left direction, and, his foot was kind of like a hockey puck, just kind of sliding across the dance floor, and I just always admire him for that confidence he always had to just wear like pants that only had one long leg and then shorts, so that you could actually see the club leg.
He actually got those custom made at Heather's Leather. It was so one normal pant and the other one was like a 3/4 pant to accommodate for the double left foot.
Like mid shin.
So no, and that's what I mean. And so you use these little weaknesses in your life, and they actually become like quite a nice little quirk, or they give you character. So if you can just put a positive spin on some of these things, or address them and say, how can I make them better? I mean, Josh, you were born with what could only be described as a baby dick, and you sort of swung that around in your favor. And round the rugby room, you're talking about rugby here, you would own the showers after the game. Most men would be embarrassed, but you took it to your advantage, and you would just demand respect out in the showers after the game. You'd give the boys a big rundown about what happened. If we won, why we won, why we lost. We'd all get in a huddle in the showers, and we would just talk. And you owned it. You owned what others perceived to be a weakness.
That's right. Like I was able to use my baby penis as, I guess, like a center point or like a microphone in the boys' showers. And, I really kind of, just put myself out there, and the boys kind of bonded over that. Put hands in the middle. There'd also be the old
hands in the middle. Look at the diddle. Let's talk. That was sort of a focal point, wasn't it? Because everyone was so focused on just how small that phallus was, that they wouldn't really be distracted. They wouldn't be chatting. So everyone had your full attention. You commanded in there.
Yeah, that's right. So also in journaling, I actually had a bit of a story or a memory that popped up quite recently when I was doing that, and it's kind of about self-awareness as well, I guess. But it was like back in Wellington when I was being a plumber. I was parked up on one of the main roads in Johnsonville. Had my van out there. It must have been about just after 3. All the school kids were all walking past, going past, and I had to go out to the van to grab something. So I opened the back of the van, poked my head in to grab, say, the crimpers out, and I can't reach them. So I went to go around the side of the van that's on like the walkway. And bro, I'm not a word of a lie. There was a young lady with her dad taking a shit on somebody's front lawn, bro. And like I was blown away. I was blown like, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? And he's like standing there keeping watch while his daughter like takes a shit on this lawn behind my van. I come around the corner, and no, this is what's ridiculous. Is I come around, he's like, look away, get away, get out of here, like screaming
like
at me,
you're
waving
the
his
weirdo,
arms.
bro.
Like I'm the weirdo. Like he's so like you freak out, yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Like a weasel, good, but taking a shit, bro, that's not all good, man.
Like you're the one with the problem for walking to your own van while his daughter goes public. Was it like innocent, like dad? Like how old was the daughter? Because I think that's like if it was like a 2-year-old versus like a 17-year-old, I think that's a big difference here.
I'm gonna say primary school, bro. I can't tell the ages. I'm gonna say between the ages of 7 and like 11, bro. And he was holding her bag. I didn't get much of a look, man, but do you know when you assume the position of taking a shit, bro? It's a squat. And I only got to see it for a quick second before the dad started fucking barking at me. Look away! Look away!
Fucking hell!
Sorry.
like, was it, do you think it was more like an innocent thing? Like he was walking his daughter to school and, kids being kids just had to shit. Or was it like a power move? Like that's his ex-wife. He's recently divorced. Like, yeah, I'm going to teach that bitch. I'm going to get her own daughter to take a shit on her front lawn. Like what sort of was it? What do you think it was?
Yeah, that's reflecting on it now. I definitely think it must have been a power move because it seemed planned. Like for the dad to be on such a lookout and to be so like ready to go.
Like, why do you have a pack of Kleenex on him? Do you know what I mean? Unless it was
Yeah, the wet
cold and
wipes.
calculated.
I don't know if that's happened to
I
you
can,
before.
it's definitely happened to me a couple times. One was when I had to piss real bad, dude.
Yeah.
And I was driving down a main road and I just had to Google the nearest petrol station. I had to Google it because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to piss my pants. And I was driving and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I could see like the sign for the petrol station. And about 100 meters before it, I was like, I am not going to make it. Just had to pull up to the side of the road, like sprint out of the car, pull out my 1 inch of satisfaction and just start pissing on the sidewalk. I swear on my life, man, like someone, this was at night, but people walking past, walking their dog, and I'm just pissing against the tree, like in the middle of the main road. But what are you to do? Like, what am I couldn't make, and the worst part is the petrol station is right there. I know they have a toilet. I can see it like 100 meters from me, but I just couldn't do it. So I sort of sympathize. I wish I had you there, Josh, to sort of have my back. Look away! Look away! Avert your eyes, you pervert.
Yeah, like I'm the creep, or like you're the creep. Hey, like how did he throw that on someone else? Because
How do they put that blame on you, bro? Sorry about Acon, but put the blame on me, bro. Fuck, all right.
Is there some sort of etiquette to that though? Like, when you got to go and you got to go, and like a lot of people have got like large bladders, small ladders, but like, is there some etiquette to that? Is there some sort of like, is it all good? Is it not all good?
Why don't we put it to the listeners? Have you ever had to go public? What'd you do? And how'd you help the situation?
Yeah.
What is the etiquette? Obviously, to have a friend there is always nice. I feel like if you have a towel, that helps. Like you can maybe wrap a little towel around it, have like a little cubicle on the go. Yeah.
I've also had another time. I don't know if we're running out of time, bro, but me and a friend had, we were catching the bus from Napier to Wellington, and we had a few beers in the back of the bus. I think it must have been the Inter-Islander bus. We had a few beers. Like we were a little bit pissed.
A few too many.
We're still pretty young, like 18, I'd say 19. And there's this one old dude sitting like, do you know how there's a back seat? It's probably like a 5-seater. And then he's sitting down one corner and we're right at the back, just on the piss, enjoying ourselves. And, you only stop once on the bus. And so we needed to go to the toilet. So we had the empty bottles. I think they were the plastic ones, the Tui ones, and had the caps on them. So my mate was holding the jersey for me so I could go, and then I was doing vice versa. But the old dude kind of did the shimmy one seat closer, then another shimmy 2 seat closer. Goes, hey boys, how you doing? Blah blah blah. He goes, do you want me to hold the jumper for you? Sorry,
that's an old timey gentleman.
He's an absolute gentleman. That. So at the time we're like, cool, that's all good.
Do you mind if I hold your cock for you as well? Yeah.
So there's this old dude holding the jersey so that me and my mate can wearing these bottles, and it wasn't until a few days later when we told the story that it just turns out that's fucking not all good. That this old dude was just fully looking at the baby microphone.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's sort of like a nice move, but it didn't really call for it. Like there was two of yous, so there was already obviously one person to hold it. If it was you by yourself and you needed a favor because no one else is there to hold the jersey, but you got to question his motives when he's not needed, but he still wants to get involved. Yeah. Like imagine if you got stung by a jellyfish and then like someone's peeing on you to help. Like if a third party person runs up and wants to pee as well, like help is no longer required. So the fact that you want to piss on me now just means you got some weird kink.
Yeah, true.
That's the way I see it. Dude, speaking of kinks, I think I told you about. Obviously, this is a personal guy name. So I met a guy, first time meeting him at a sort of party, and he starts talking to me about fleshlights of all things. Now, I'm not here to kink shame. Personally, I don't have a fleshlight. Maybe one day I'll buy one. Who knows? But I don't have one. But he starts talking to me. He tells me he's got 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
okay.
Well done. Like, why do you need 3? Surely one would suffice. Like, is that like the classic mouth, anus, vagina? Like, why do you need 3?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
But he says no. One is like your stock standard run of the mill, buy it off the shelf. Just your nothing to write home about 6 out of 10 fleshlight, I imagine. The other one is like molded after his favorite porn star. And the third one is the one that really, really knocked my socks off, is blue, and it's an alien vagina, bro. It's alien. Like, it's not shaped like a human orifice. It's shaped like, like Alien vs Predator. They've got those mouths that sort of open up. It kind of looks like that, and it's blue. And he was showing me on his phone, and I'm like, like, do you want to fuck aliens? What? Like, did you watch E.T. as a kid, and you're like, yeah, I want to slice like what? What's an alien's vagina even look like, bro? We don't know. Where did he get that from? Look, and again, we're not here to kink shame. We just want to know more about it.
Yeah.
If you're into this, please write in.
Anyway, cool. Josh. So, what do you reckon? Should we leave it there for this episode, The Big Squeeze?
I think so. Look, a little bit about self-awareness, a little bit alien vaginas, club feet, and Josh's baby dick. We sort of have everything there for you. That's and right. Don't forget, check if menopause and all is right for you. Consult a doctor.
Consult a doctor. So, that's right.
But more importantly, consult yourself.
Look inside. Be self-aware.
Look inside. Josh loves to look inside. Sometimes he squats above a mirror and just has a good old peek, make sure everything's healthy. And that's normal, and we shouldn't shame that. You need to be aware of everything. And you should check. So we encourage that.
Check in with yourself.
Check in with yourself. Anyway, I just want to say on behalf of everyone listening and to you, Josh, and just a big shout out to Jamie Clay, who's actually listened to this episode live.
Big shout out.
On silent. We can mute your name out after if you don't want to be involved, Jamie, but I've said it. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Jamie. If I could just let you go and say
thanks, boys.
Thanks, Jamie. Wicka, 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 wicka. It's Jackie Juice and the Big Squeeze beer.